Hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life Out and About. For those of you who have been following me, you know that I have been addressing a really serious problem in North County, San Diego, specifically Oceanside. The City Council here enacted an ordinance making it illegal for individuals in oversized vehicles, including RVs, to park on the street from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So that's made it really impossible for people living in vans and RVs, many of them who are senior women living on fixed income, to park anywhere, to really exist in Oceanside. So I've been addressing the city council and city council members, seeing about getting a safe parking lot established. Me and Debbie from Lady Debbie S. Van Life, in fact, we went to a city council meeting. We were there for over 5 hours. But you know what? We spoke to them and we made our point. And I think our point was well taken because that Friday I had a meeting with one of the city council meetings, Corey Jensen. And I think things are moving along. So you know what? I'm going to share with you my presentation to the city council. And would you give me some input on what you think, if there are other things that you think I left out or should have said, because I'm having another meeting this Friday. I've also been in contact with another agency in San Diego County who has established 3 parking lots in San Diego and 1 in North County, but not in Oceanside. And they have pledged to provide information and provide some assistance and guidance. So I think this is going to happen. But anyhow, I'm here at City Hall, and this is almost becoming like my new home. I hope that we can get this done because I don't want to be living at City Hall. But anyhow, give a watch to my presentation to the City Council and let me know what you thought, would you? Or what you think. Thanks. See you later.
We are in the midst of a crisis, not just in Oceanside, but in this country. We are in a crisis of people who can't afford rent. There are not affordable housing available. Oceanside is an epicenter, I would say, in San Diego County. I have been out and about quite a bit. I've lived in North County for over 42 years. I've owned my home for over 42 years. So I've seen the changes that have transpired in this area, in this region, regarding homelessness and people living in vehicles. I thought it was very interesting that Reverend Steve Albert, when he spoke hours ago, talked about and applauded how we honor and respect all people. And he also said, we care about people. Well, I don't know about that. I can't speak to that. But what I'm going to tell you is what transpired, what this city council, what this group did in June, passing an ordinance that prohibited people in oversized vehicles from sleeping or parking on the streets from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. What you have done, I believe some of it was intentional, perhaps some of you did not do it intentionally, but what transpired is you now have individuals who are the most vulnerable among us, who are living on Social Security disability, so they clearly cannot, $900 a month, you cannot rent apartment here in Oceanside. So now you have individuals who are being ticketed repeatedly because they have nowhere else to go. The intent, I think, was to drive them out of this city, but the surrounding cities have just as despicable ordinances as that one. But there is no place to go, and these individuals are not going to leave. What you have now done is you've taken mothers, grandmothers, and you have basically put them in a position where their vehicles will be impounded and they will be living on the street. So my question to you is, would you rather have these mothers and grandmothers in their 60s and 70s living on the street behind buildings and in alleys as opposed to living in their vehicles? Is living in a vehicle a great solution? No, it is not. But it's certainly better than living on the streets and being subject to being raped, accosted, assaulted, robbed, and all other manner of things. I would ask each and every one of you, how many of you would want your grandmothers living on the streets? Because intended or not, that's the consequence of this ordinance. In the videos that I have produced, I have received almost 200,000 views. And I was just, doing a few videos just to put it out there. From across the country, I've received over 2,000 comments. Now, any of you who are involved in marketing, as I was, 2,000 responses is unheard of for a subject like this. I've received a call from BBC about homelessness here. I've received calls from media around the country. I haven't even really gotten serious about this in terms of putting hours and hours into it. I just wanted to highlight it, but this is the response. So now I'm going to get serious. These types of numbers will impact an election. It will impact each and every one of yours ability to remain on this council, because there are not only people in this region who are looking at you, there are people around the country and even people in Europe who are now looking at you. So what I'm asking you, I don't believe in just identifying a problem without having a solution. So what I'm asking you is to allocate some of the funds that you've discussed tonight, to allocate some of those for a safe parking lot, and eventually safe parking lots for individuals who are the most vulnerable among us. We judge a society by how we treat the weakest and most helpless among us. So I'm asking you to allocate some of those funds for that, to temporarily suspend, to establish that parking lot in 60 days, to temporarily suspend this ordinance for that 60 days until the parking lot can be established, and to also, you talk about improving communities. Well, this is one of the things that will do that.
Thank you, Ms.
I'll be
Meeks.
available to anyone who'd like to speak up.
Thank